YouTubers, Bald Rhino here, back with another exciting video. The great Matt is back. Yes, Vintage Matt will be here to show some of his cards. Enjoy.
Hey, this is Matt. It's a pleasure to be on the Bald Rhino channel. I've got a lot of cards here to share, all cards that have been in my collection for 20, 30 years. I've got some autographs, I've got some kickbacks, cards from the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. So I'm going to start with some of these autographs here. First card is Tony Perez, came back authentic. It's Cincinnati Reds' favorite team, Tony Perez. Love him.
Nice.
One of my favorite autographs here is Tug McGraw. Has a smiley face under his name. I thought that was a nice touch from Tug. Great pitcher for the Phillies.
Michael is going to love that one.
Rip Sewell, legend from the 40s. He had something called like the oofiest pitch, like this high arching pitch. Apparently you couldn't hit a home run off of. I think somebody did in the All-Star game, but you can tell this. He was born in 1907. I probably got this autographed in the late 1980s, and you can see the shaky hand in his signature. I love this autograph.
Yeah, 10. Nice work.
That's right, it is a 10. Sweet Lou Whitaker II, another 10 autograph, his 1987 Topps. Big fan of Lou. Glad this came back authentic. A couple of them came back not authentic, so we'll get to those in a minute. Jim Catfish Hunter. I knew this would come back authentic because I met him in person. He lived in North Carolina when I was there. Got this card autographed from him, and I like this card. I like him as an Oakland A best, probably. This is an autograph 9 of Charlie Gehringer, nicknamed the Mechanical Man. He was born in 1903. Again, I got this card autographed in the late 1980s before he passed away. Old school, instead of calling out Charlie, he has Chaz on there. I love it.
That's a gorgeous one.
Yeah. So, a couple disappointments here. So, I think these autographs are about 20 bucks to get, authenticated. So, when one comes back, not authentic, there's $20 down the drain. So I had 6 or 7 come back authentic. This Ken Griffey Jr. came back not authentic, questionable authenticity. I probably sent this to him in the mail and got it back, so I was pretty happy probably when I got it back in the late 1980s. Apparently Ken Griffey didn't sign it himself. $20 flush. Sparky Anderson, this is so disappointing. Again, questionable authenticity. I probably sent it to Sparky in the late 1980s. And I guess he had Mrs. Anderson or somebody else sign it for him. I really like to get on and look at what his authentic autographs look like and sort of do that myself. I probably, before I'd be sending things in that I wasn't sure were authentic, I'd probably do a little research before I spent the 20 bucks to get these things slabbed.
Yeah, and I'd like to know if you're a TTMer, weigh in on the comment section to find out how many of yours come back as non-authentic. I bet it's pretty common.
So disappointing here. So Tom Seaver, when he was with the Reds, Johnny Bench, dual autograph. This is the 1982 Donruss. I'm not sure which one or both. I think I probably bought this card a long time ago, but it says it's can't be authenticated. So all right, that's it for the autographs, the good, the bad, and the questionable. I'm going to start off with some of the 1980s cards I got authenticated. Bald Rhino is very knowledgeable about what these grades are, and so he guided me with what to submit and what maybe not to submit. So here's some of the ones either I wanted to submit because I want to keep the card in good condition, I like the player, or I felt like it would get a good grade. So this is Ricky Henderson, came back a 5.
Yeah, Matt doesn't understand that I'm the laughing stock of the YouTube baseball collecting community. But yeah, no, I just don't think you should ever sway away from slabbing a Ricky Henderson rookie.
Yeah, and I love just the crouch stance, and that just typifies Ricky Henderson for me. This card, I'm not necessarily a Doug Flutie fan. I'm probably going to try to sell this card, but this is his rookie card, and I found it in with my old cards. I guess I bought a couple packs of football cards way back when, and this was in there.
Nice.
Similar to the Bald Rhino, I love Bo Jackson. I was historically a Raiders fan, just the whole idea of Bo Jackson coming out of Auburn. So here's one of Bo's cards.
Nice.
Another Bo Jackson 1988 Sports Flicks. These cards are really stiff with the 3D, and so it seems like they're a little easier to get a high grade on.
That's nice.
Barry Larkin rookie 1987. Came back in 9. Love the Reds. Love Barry Larkin. Happy to get this card slabbed and graded. 1987 Barry Bonds. By extension, my love of the Reds extends to Ken Griffey Jr.
Despite the false autograph.
That's right. That's right. I love this card.
It's a beaut.
1989 Fleer, Ken Griffey, rookie. And then 1987 Bo Jackson, Fleer.
9. Nice.
Yeah, it's nice to come back with those 9s, isn't it? All right, going to move into the 70s here. First card is this 1970 Bob Gibson. It came back minimum size requirements. I think it had been trimmed. I've had this card for a long time. I've looked at it next to some other cards. I don't know. Here's the back. That has probably something to do with it. How, you know, it looks probably like maybe if it was trimmed, it was a little trimmed off the top, you know. PSA sends it back in this. I hate seeing these things.
Yeah, me too.
All right. Parade of Pete Rose, 1973. I've had this card in my collection for a long time. Glad to get it slabbed.
Beauty.
This came back a 4, 1970 Pete Rose. This came back a 5 miscut. This is a 68 game card. Back is, looks like that. 1966 Pete Rose. $1966 Tony Perez. I think this is a 7.
Wow, nice.
1969 Johnny Bench, All-Star rookie. I like these trophies on here. You know.
Yeah, the Heritage just came out with that big trophy. Man,
nice.
I love it too.
1974 Joe Morgan Kellogg's. I remember getting these cards out of the cereal boxes. It was so, when you open a box of cereal and the first thing you do is run your hand down through all the flakes to try to find the card in the packet and pull that out, and then you had to eat the cereal. But these cards are a little stiffer too, so I think they're a little easier to come back in a higher grade.
That's beautiful.
Sort of like that Bo Jackson Sports Flicks. 1970 Hank Aaron 5. Well, I like that card a lot.
Yep. That's the Heritage design right now. It's beautiful.
Steve Carlton 1968. Great pitcher. Not very personable, as I recollect. Another 1968 game card. This is great. Roberto Clemente. I know the Bald Rhino's a big fan. This didn't come back a great grade, but, you know, if it's Roberto Clemente, I'm getting it slapped. 1966 Jim Palmer. Or 68. 69, sorry. 1970 rookie card for Gene Tennis and Vida Blue, two great players for the Oakland A's. Isn't Gene Tennis the guy that got run over by Pete Rose in the All-Star game? And
I think it was Fosse.
Fosse, that was Fosse.
Fosse.
Yeah, you're right.
I always remember that because they said, you know, he flossed his teeth with the...
And apparently they were friends or something.
Yeah.
1972 rookie card of Cecil Cooper and Carlton Fisk. Not, the edges are, you know, rounded a little bit. I wanted to get this slabbed, even though I'm not a big Carlton Fisk fan, but
It's a nice looking card. The surface is nice on that.
one of my favorite players, Ernie Banks, came back at 3. These are some of my favorite cards, really, right here. These are the 1959 Topps Baseball Thrills. So this is that famous catch by Willie Mays. You know, 30 years ago, I couldn't buy a Willie Mays card, but I could get this. And so, you know, I chose to get these instead of some of the regular cards. And I love these things. So they've got a little story on the back, too, about the moment in baseball history. Mickey Mantle hits 42nd homer for the Triple Crown.
Man, those are nice.
Ernie Banks, MVP. It's a 6. I like that.
Yeah.
Here's another 6. Al Kaline becomes youngest batting champ. And then moving on, this is a 1960 Joe Nuxhall. Again, I think he might have been one of the youngest pitchers ever to pitch. I think maybe pitched in when he was 16 and when the war was out or something. But love of the Reds, great old pitcher. Continuing with the Reds, Ted Kluszewski, Big Clue. I was a big fan of Big Clue. Another, this is the 54 Ted Kluszewski. Similar pictures. Favorite Ted Kluszewski card.
That's ridiculous, man. I love it.
Before there were steroids. Then,
If he was in the modern day wearing a shirt like that, he'd sure get tested. Right?
Yes, he would. This is another Ted Kluszewski. This is probably my favorite year is the 56. I just like the portrait, and then a lot of them have some sort of an action photo. And then they've got sort of, you know, the cartoon, you know, some facts about the player on the back.
Yeah, he's 6'2", 236, it said there.
Wow.
That's a big guy without any kind of formal nutrition.
Yes, it is. He lives in Cincinnati. All right. Jackie Robinson, 1956. Another 56 card, Robin Roberts. Some of these 56s have a white back, some have a gray back. This says white back, so that's what the white back looks like. This next one is a gray back, so there's the difference. And this is Bob Feller. So I'm having the hit parade here with the Hall of Famers. 1954 Bowman, Bobby Adams, Cincinnati Reds. This is a miscut, fair condition, 1954 Bowman, Jackie Coleman. 1954 Bowman Ernest Minosa. I think he might have, at one point he was the oldest player to get a hit or something. I think they brought him in as sort of a gag, but played a long time. I like these 57 cards too. Or sorry, this is a 57. Ted Williams. I just like the full portrait. I like the minimum border. And I've had this card a long time. I was happy to get this as a 4. This is 1939. Play ball Wally Burger.
Wow. Nice.
Old card. 80 years old. And then, I love these cards too. This is the 1954 doubleheader. Jackie Robinson and Don Hoke. So these cards actually, slabbing them isn't super great. This card flips over. So when this top part folds over and it looks like one player, like here, the legs are the same, and then you flip it over. But yeah, I think you'd be crazy not to love Jackie Robinson. So I was happy to get these couple of Jackie Robinson slabs.
That's a fine cut too. That's a nice grade.
Yeah.
On that. Beauty.
And that's it.
Well, Matt, thank you for joining the Bald Rhino channel. We're better for it. Have a good night.